I think the most rewarding thing with Habitat has just been really just completely changing people's lives, giving them a safe place to live. There was one girl at the house blessing, she wanted to talk. And so usually the homeowner gets to talk, and the girl was like, I am just so thankful for everyone's help to have a safe spot, to be able to go up in my room and read, to have a place to play with my pets, and just a place to call home and to feel safe.
We built 4 houses in 2022, and it was a struggle with the pandemic and the supply chain and materials and the cost factor.
So we've gotten that finished up and moving on to 2023 and building our first duplex this year.
It will be a duplex on Bunn Street, and so it's the first time I think they've done a duplex, and so that's our big project for the year. And so for Wesley, we're really looking for volunteers and then also the financial support for the build.
Bill and I worked together for years here at Habitat, and one of the things that we had always talked about was maximizing our land usage and building more than one house on a property if we could get it zoned accordingly by the city. And one fell into our lap earlier this year, and we decided to move forward with that. So we're going to build our first duplex with the blessing of the board and with the help of the volunteers.
One Sunday morning, probably in the early 90s, Bill's sitting next to me. We always sat next to each other in the choir. He said, "How would you like to come out and pound a few nails?" And I'm like, "Bill, you got to understand, I have the least amount of construction skills of anybody you've ever met. We'll teach you." So I did. I showed up, little knowing that would change me forever. Bill's one of those guys that, there's certain people in your life that change your path. And Bill was one of those guys. He was so easygoing, and when he asked you to do something, you just did it. I remember getting up at the pulpit on a Habitat Sunday and talking about Bill and how he was my hero, just because here a guy was 50 years old, gave up his good job so that he could put more time in with Habitat. He was always against building garages because he said houses are for people, not cars. But he had the idea of bigger and better. So I think the idea that Habitat's going to do this in his honor speaks highly of the legacy that everybody at Habitat feels about Bill.
We're going to be needing more funds, and so financially, if people are able to donate more money to Habitat in our efforts towards the Bill McConnell House, that would also be helpful.
My request to everybody out there who's considering Habitat, I would say give us a try. It's a really low pressure environment where we can teach you things.
You don't have to come out with your own tools or anything like that. All the tools, everything that you need is provided.
We're teachers. We're here to help you learn how to do these projects from the ground up, and we'll teach you how to build a house.
I replaced the baseboards in my laundry room. Not anything I would have ever done before, but I had done it at Habitat, and I learned how to do it. I learned how to do the cuts and put everything in there, and so I was like, I can do this. So it is really a neat experience.
So I ask that you just maybe listen to that little spark in your chest that's saying, I want to donate, or I want to volunteer, I want to maybe help someone out in some way. You can bring refreshments, you could build something for the homeowners. We have other options you can do. We will not turn you away.
So if you can in some small way emulate Bill's example, you'll spend a Saturday at the work site. You'll write a check to support this project. You'll bring snacks to the work site. Not everybody can do all those things, but Bill didn't care if you could do all those things. If you could just do something in your little way to support Habitat, and you'll be making Bill smile down in appreciation.